Hello, this is a quick video for the unboxing and installation of the Eventuri Evolve Carbon Intake Kit thing. Always use a massive knife to open boxes. I find it's a lot easier. In fact, the bigger the knife the better, or sword would be awesome. Okay, so yeah, open the box. Inside, lots of Wotsits. They actually smell slightly like Wotsits too. I didn't try one, but yes, you might want to. So, what's in the box? Pull everything out. What I would say is there is an inventory sheet inside the box. I would go through that inventory sheet because I actually missed an item, and it wasn't until I came to installation that I realised I missed it, and that was the little heat shield that goes by the headlight. So, yes, be careful of that. What do we have? This piece is... What is that? That is, right, the silicon joining tube with Jubilee clips. Good quality silicon, good quality clips. Nice engineered piece of alley for the math. That's the math housing. Attached in a little bag is two nuts for the heat shield to secure it, and also two plastic pins, like push pins, to join the other heat shield. In the main piece here, this is the carbon intake itself attached to the heat shield. Really well engineered, very nicely made, lots of smooth curves and awesomeness. I do like it. Pretty. Number 19 I think is mine. There we are. Beautiful little badge on there. Very lightweight. Very impressed at this point by the quality of the kit. The neoprene looks good. It's certainly going to do a lot for heat shielding and the likes. And now the thing that looks like a duck's bill. There it is. There's the scoop. You can see my lovely assistant there in the background, Chunk. He is literally massive. Clean up. Yes, if you have a wife or significant other, do hoover up after. It makes a hell of a mess. There was literally shit everywhere. So I started with a pair of gloves on. I did take them off later, getting the little pin clips in, but we'll come to that when we see it. So, undo the airbox clips, get a screwdriver, undo the Jubilee clips, and unplug the MAF from the top of the airbox. Then remove that cruddy yellow filter. Don't know what that is. Elbow. Throw that away. Here I would say remove the clips from the unit. Remove the actual plugs. Don't do what I did and leave them attached, because it becomes a bit of a pest later on. It's fiddly. I should have just taken them off. Anyway, unscrew the 10mm bolts that screw into near the housing there and pull the airbox out. At this point you will see a couple of mounted sort of rubbery mounts with M6 threads on them. That's the bottom of the airbox mounts. They need to come off as well, because we're going to be using those holes, oh sorry, the actual piece that's sticking out to actually secure the heat shield to. So, undo your MAF. You might have to get a funky bit to do this. I got rid of those stupid bits and put in Allen keys or Allen bolts instead. So yes, that you may become a bit stuck on that. Note which way the air flows over the sensor as well, because although you can't get it in the housing wrong, you can have the housing in one of two ways, and you may end up with the air flowing backwards over it. So do take note and make sure you've got it in the right way. That could be a potential issue, making your car run like a camel. Yeah, so pop your MAF back in the housing and then assemble that onto the carbon portion using the silicon joiner, which I think I'm going to do in a minute. Yes, that's me undoing those pesky little rubber mounts, or at least one of them. Now for the brake duct tubing, you need to remove it. So put your hand in, push one side of the tube in and just yank it out with the other hand from the top. Yep, that's me undoing those little mounts on the rail there. It's not really a chassis rail, whatever it is, subframe rail. Push your heat shield in, place it over the little pins, the threaded studs that are in there, and then at this point don't do what I did, which is reuse the rubber bits. You mug. Use the nice little nuts that are in the kit, because you just can't get a secure fit with the rubber pieces. So, next bit is to install the MAF housing onto the carbon piece using the silicon joiner and Jubilee clips. Now I split the Jubilee clips because I found it a bit easier to get them on. It was very tight even when they were at the loosest position, so I mean, do it however you want, but that's just how I did it. Now you can see why at the front right there why I really should have removed that box. and the plugs, because that's going to be a right little tyke to yeah, there's me going, you stupid boy, you should have removed this. So yeah, feel free to call me what you like. Yes, Daft would be one name, because I can't now flip the cover over because the cables are too tight. So yes, that's definitely one thing to note. Another thing to note is the for the other heat shield, the secondary heat shield or third heat shield, or I don't know which one it is, that piece there that's going in. When you're lining up the little plastic push pins, you have to separate them, push the larger portion in first through the 2 aligning holes, and then push the push pin through the middle, which expands it and it locks. What I would say is the top one is nice and easy. The bottom one, I dropped one of my push pins, so they do give you 3 in a pack, so nice one, good thinking. What I did the second time round though was line it up using an Allen key and then hold it in place, hence why the gloves have come off, just so I don't drop it again. So yeah, I have lost one. There's one of those floating around on my under tray somewhere. So with those firmly in place, it's now time to mess around with this bit because I didn't take the clips off. Anyway, I have now. Cables go back on, tighten everything up. What can I say about the kit? Yes, so the 2 things to remember: push pins, don't drop them, and if you do, unlucky, you've got like 1 chance to drop one, don't do it. Second piece is this little bit that I'm putting in now, the elbow, the scoop. Do it when there's not an airbox in there, because it's so difficult trying to push it in and get it all hooked up and connected, and making sure it's all hooked up and connected when there's an airbox in the way, as you can see. So do that before you put that in. I'm now swapping out the mounting rubber bushes that I had with the actual nuts, because I was doing a little wobble check to make sure everything was secure, and that heat shield, the lower one, was not. So yes, make sure you use the nuts they provide. I think overall the installation was really easy. I read the guide once. It was very easy to follow. I don't think I cocked up too much on many things, just probably trying to get it in there a bit too keen. Of course, your local garage will, with pleasure, take a lot more time, so they can charge you more money to put it in. But in reality, I think this only took me half an hour. So yes, enjoy. I hope you found it useful. Anyway, there is another video which I have put on the interwebs, which is a noise comparison between the standard airbox and the Eventuri Evolve airbox. I shall put a link up, ping, like that, right there, as if by magic. And if it's not there yet, I haven't done it yet, so bear with me. Anyway, goodbye, take care, and I hope you found it slightly helpful, if not entirely useless. Yes, goodbye.